Welcome, everybody, to the November 21st meeting of the Board of Health. This meeting will be video recorded and broadcast over local access Channel 8 and through the town website at www.eastham-ma.gov. Okay, so that, I am going to ask if anyone has any opening statements.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, here she comes. So we've had a busy month. Some quick updates, annual renewal, food establishment, hotel, motel, pool. Applications are going out next week, followed by team inspections with the health department, fire department, and building department will begin in December. We are fully online with our rental certificate, rental application program. Sam and Richard have been heading that, thankfully. So if anyone's going to be registering for a 2025 rental certificate, it will be all fully online now.
Good.
We've had 5 successful flu and COVID clinics so far, and last night was our most recent one here at Town Hall with 98 vaccinations distributed.
Great.
And also free gift cards
There
from
were
the
free
state.
gift cards from the state also. Next month, you'll be getting an update from the Navigator program and the nurse clinician update. Was it only last week? Hillary and I were at the Springfield, Massachusetts Health Officers Association Conference.
Oh,
It was great. We got a lot of wastewater updates and other public health updates.
Right.
Hillary
so maybe
has
you'll
applied.
share with us at some point?
Uh-huh. Hillary also applied for another FDA grant for $32,000 that will give us the opportunity to continue working on retail food standards and an opportunity for more food safety training for Hillary and myself. Also, Hillary and I are going to be presenting at the Council on Aging, we think in December, possibly January, on health issues and what we do in health and environment department. And we do have another update that we wanted to give you about.
If you haven't heard, there was a dead raccoon found
Heard about it.
near Wild Care with porcupine quills on it. The thought is that the raccoon didn't come from Eastham because we haven't seen porcupine here in over 15 years. So the thought is that someone brought the raccoon here. We did pick it up. It was sent off for testing at the CDC lab by the USDA, and it was found to be rabid. So there is concern about rabies and transference to humans and other animals that may have come into contact with this animal as it was lying dead on the side of the road. Fortunately, it was sort of in a secluded type of area, but there was some matter around the animal, so they are going to increase surveillance of wildlife around here. The USDA has put out social media posts looking for individuals with information to reach out. Internally in the town of Eastham, we're working with our Natural Resource Department and the state DPH EPI and the USDA to issue a press release tomorrow. Looks like the county has put out additional information as we sit here. We will have something more formal to put out to our residents tomorrow. The incubation period for the rabies virus is 14 to 21 days, so we have a little bit of time. The individual who handled the animal is probably most at risk depending on where they touched the animal, how they interacted with the animal, but we have some time to get some post-prophylaxis into these people as long as they come forward. So we're hopeful that the press release that we put out will initiate a response from someone who might know more, that they'll come forward. Obviously, our main concern is their health and wellness, not whatever happened with the animals. So that's going on as well.
And may I say, this illustrates why it's so important to have public health.
It's been an interesting week, let's just put it
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's all we have for you right now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other statements from board members? Okay. So I guess we will move along to, well, we just completed our septic system informational overview, and all the presentations that we had were wonderful. I thank you to everybody who helped put that together. Okay, so the first case we have is the one that was continued from last month's meeting, the Cape Associates, 425 Massasoit. Aye.
Good afternoon. For the record, Tim Santos from Merrill Engineers, representing the applicant. Also with me this evening/afternoon, Mike Curran and Jim Healy from Orenco. At the last hearing, the applicant presented the project with an overview of what he's looking to do, and I believe the board and staff was looking for some additional information from DEP to help move the project forward and improve the project. We have supplied staff with an email from DEP today stating that if the board thought that this project was non-residential, meaning mixed use, that the system that is proposed and the provisional approval is appropriate for this site. So we're hoping with that information, the board can move forward with the project now, and the representatives from Orenco are here too to answer any questions that you might have about the system.
Okay, so we, just to clarify, we were waiting for, this is the documentation you're providing us that we were waiting for, that, the Department of Environmental Protection is approving this technology for the mixed use of the property.
Correct. So the provisional approval, although it has an expiration date on there, is still valid. It's in the works of being renewed. The state works on its own timeline. As long as the application for renewal has been submitted, which it has, it's still a valid permit for the provisional use, which that statement is in the provisional use document. And when the Orenco rep spoke with DEP, we discussed with them that the concerns of the board and staff about the mixed-use language not being specifically in the approval, and the email and the statement from the DEP representative was that the provisional use application for this site was appropriate.
Do we have a copy of that?
So there was more correspondence that came in today.
It literally just came in, and
Okay.
we apologize, but we've been going back and forth with DEP, so the
Okay.
correspondence you might have might not have the specific site listed, but the one that went this afternoon to staff has the specific site listed.
Okay, we've been here since 1 o'clock, so we might not have read it.
But you have it, and you didn't see it, Susan,
We
because,
have the provisional approval that, as you stated, expired in 2020. And we have
I think what we can do, instead of getting into the minutia of
Yeah.
very small emails at this moment, if the board is comfortable approving it with us working with this team to get what we need so that we're comfortable prior to the issuance of a permit, then that would be a path forward.
anybody have any?
So the expectation is that it'll say that it's appropriate for mixed use?
It's appropriate for mixed use and appropriate for this site.
So, but we would approve it contingent upon.
Contingent
So
upon.
satisfactory review by you
Susie and
and
myself.
Sue, yeah, and approval, so. Okay.
Anybody, Paige, have any comment? Paige, are you here?
She is still here, she's just muted.
No, I do not have any comments, thank you.
Okay. So, does anybody, no, if there is no objection to this, I think we should, approve the project.
Contingent upon satisfactory review?
Yes, contingent upon review of the documents that were provided. Okay? All right. So I will make a motion that these, contingent upon the review of the letter that was provided by the DEP, I would recommend approving this project with the following conditions. No increase in habitable, occupiable, or commercial square footage without Board of Health review and a butter notification. Deed restrictions stating use of IA technology and limitations on bedroom number and use of property. Revised plan to be submitted showing proposed water lines to proposed structure. Revised floor plans showing corrected square footage of the structure. Secondary treatment and monitoring approval conditions per DEP regulations. Confirmation of DEP mixed-use approval to be submitted to the Eastham Health Department. Housing units to be occupied by no more than 2 persons. Rental certificate required to be issued each year. Operation and maintenance agreement to be submitted to the Eastham Health Department and Barnstable County Health and Environment. Operation and maintenance contract required for the life of the system. Operator to report results to Barnstable County Health and Environment Database or directly to the Eastham Health Department if not available. For the 4th observation hole and the 2nd perk test to be scheduled with the Eastham Health Department. Designer to verify proper operation of the system prior to the issuance of the certificate of compliance. Final inspections and startup inspections to be witnessed by the Eastham Health Department and the Board of Health approval valid until November 21st, 2025.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. All righty,
Thank you for your time.
thank you.
Have a good Thanksgiving, too.
You too.
Good luck.
That's next week. Wait, that's coming.
Do you need
I didn't
these?
say Christmas, I said Thanksgiving.
I was getting excited.
You don't need any signed plans here? He doesn't want them. Which one is it? The revised proposed, right?
Yeah, kind of hard to tell, there have been a few.
Here you go. Do you want, you left the C1 assigned? Oh.
I'll scan it and email it to them.
All right. Moving on, our next review of John and VELLELA and KASIA MALKIEWICZ property. Hi.
Hello?
Could you state your name and,
Sure. Good afternoon, Glenn Harrington, representing the owners and the design plan for 55 John Thomas Road.
okay? Anything you want to say about this project?
Just to present, this is a residential four-bedroom property that has a failed system. There is a 1,000-gallon septic tank there now, and it has a leach pit, which was deemed in failure at inspection. The property is going to be transferred, and the design, proposed design includes microfast 0.5 treatment unit as the septic tank, and a leaching field that has been sized for 100% of the four-bedroom capacity at 40 feet by 15 feet. And there is a liner that's required for grading as that back part of the property drops off a little bit. But there's no other variance requested. Is just a review for the use of the microfast 0.5 treatment, which was required because the abutting property has a wetland on it, so it abuts and is considered environmentally sensitive.
Okay. And this property doesn't have municipal water, but,
It has municipal water available, but it is still on a well.
okay.
I just let you guys know when they are or they aren't, just for information.
It's for informational. I don't, anybody have any comments on this? Paige?
I have no questions.
Okay, so, sounds good to us, I guess. So I guess I'll make another motion to approve this project with the following conditions. No increase in habitable or occupiable square footage without Board of Health review. Any changes or modifications to the approved plans require Board of Health review. Four-bedroom deed restriction and the use of IA technology using microfast 0.5 technology treatment to be recorded with the Barnstable County Registry of Deeds. Board of Health conditions to be noted on the deed. Secondary treatment and monitoring under general use approval conditions per DEP regulations, including quarterly effluent sampling or 2 times per year for seasonal use for total nitrogen BOD TSS, nitrate nitrogen not to exceed 19 milligrams per liter. Applicant to confirm a property will be utilized annually or seasonally prior to issuance of septic installation permit. Operation and maintenance agreement to be submitted to the Eastham Health Department and Barnstable County Health and Environment. Operation and maintenance contract required for the life of the system. Operator to report results to Barnstable County Health and Environment database or directly to the Eastham Health Department if not available. Designer to verify proper operation of the system prior to the issuance of the certificate of compliance, final inspections and startup inspections to be witnessed by the Eastham Health Department. Consideration of the use of underground blower vault unit at time of installation. Consideration to be made to neighboring properties on final location of the blower unit placement. Final blower unit locations to be noted on as-built. At
the time of.
At the time of the plan submittal for installation permit, a revised plan is to be submitted with the following. A, correction made to septic tank capacity as noted in design calculations or proposed plan, and B, show extension of the 100-foot buffer through the parcel. And the Board of Health approval is valid until November 21st, 2023. 2025.
25, second.
Not going back into, I wrote
I'm
5
going
there.
backwards.
You saw 3, I wrote 5. So Glenn, you were
Yep.
okay with that septic tank? No?
Absolutely.
And with the, we spoke about that, and
Yes.
I did fail to speak to you about the 100-foot I spoke to the conservation agent about it, and
Yep.
whereas it doesn't trigger anything, he would like to see it on a plan just for our records.
To extend it, certainly.
Yep, thank you.
Okay,
Second?
okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okey dokey,
Thank you very much.
You?
thank you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, you do.
Thank
Hopefully
you
get
for
down here more often.
upgrading. We always appreciate it.
Yep.
We're gonna hold just a minute, we'll get you a signed plan. A whole bunch of pretty stuff on there, you can sign it anywhere.
All right.
That's awesome.
Okay, have a good Thanksgiving. And last but not least, hello, you're here to present for the Jane DeMeo?
Correct, yep.
Okay,
For the record, Jason Ellis, representing Jane DeMeo. What Jane is looking to do is she has an existing concrete patio on the west side of her house that she wants to enclose into a three-season porch, three-season room. There is a Title V septic system that was installed back in 2010. It was a variance system. There was a number of variances required for the installation of the septic. It was approved by this board back in 2009 with a condition that any increase in square footage had to come back before you. So we're not doing anything other than adding a three-season porch under the house. The existing septic system has an IA system, has a Waterloo system, so it is an IA system already. It might be singular.
Singular, I'm pretty sure.
The singular, I'm sorry, yes.
so how is that operating after all these years? Good.
According to Susan, she's did a little research on it, and she said it looks pretty good, so.
Yeah. Minus one outlier, in like July of this year, it was like 19 milligrams per liter, which still meets the minimum. Yeah, they all look good.
Good. Okay,
And also speaking with Susan, she suggested that the homeowner ask to reduce the testing down to 2 times a year. I know that's not something that I requested in our initial thing. I didn't know if that would be something that you would entertain today also.
is this a seasonal use property?
It's year-round.
It's year-round.
We don't-
Well,
We don't have the numbers, but Susan, you looked at all
I
of
do
them.
believe that they have a current operation and maintenance contract with Siegmund, I believe I noted. Yeah, Siegmund, and they have completed 2 of the 4 for 2024 and have been sampling 4 times a year since 2010. So they are well past their time frame of being allowed to ask for a reduction.
Shakedown cruise.
Yeah, I don't know how that one slipped through, or no one told them, or.
so we can add that to the recommendations from the board. We will add, a
times per
sampling
year.
of the system can be reduced to 2 times a year.
Yeah, effluent sampling, yes.
Anyone have anything to say?
No?
Okay, Paige?
No, thank you. Nope, no questions.
So, I guess I'll make another motion.
All right. You're doing great.
I move to recommend that we approve the proposed plan as presented with the following conditions. No increase in habitable or occupiable square footage without Board of Health review. Any changes or modifications to the approved plans require Board of Health review. The Board of Health approval is valid until November 21st, 2025, and we will allow to reduce the effluent sampling of the IA system to 2 times a year.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Jason.
Great, Jason.
you.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Bye, Jay.
Oh, wait, you want?
Do you want these,
You want-
these?
you want-
I will say, there's a lot crammed into this lot.
Yes.
There's a lot crammed into it. It's like a little,
Some of these smaller properties, there's so much going on.
you know, the more I ride around town, the more, I don't know, they pop out. Oh, there's another like little lot with 3 little cottages on it, you know. Maybe because I don't know, I've been here for years, but I didn't, I never clocked how many of these there are. Eastham, love Eastham.
Jason, you better start calling people back, or they're gonna be knocking on our door yelling at us.
200 phone calls a day.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Need to hire,
Oh, something Mexican.
I've tried. They work for a month and they leave and
because they can't, no one can afford to live here?
people are vicious.
People are,
They call and they're nasty. People are just like,
I don't want to deal with it.
I deal with this and I don't get paid enough. for
I
this,
know
but,
that.
you know.
Wow.
You know,
That's terrible.
That's my job. I am on the phone. I'm a triage nurse. I have to deal
Oh.
with this.
And a lot of it's people, it's not mostly people from here, it's people from there. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks,
Nice to see ya.
Jason. Have a happy holiday.
You did.
So, is there now any other business that anybody?
Some of Sam's minutes.
Oh, the minutes. Let's see, I have those here. I read through the minutes and I didn't have any, I didn't see anything wrong. And I had no corrections. Did anyone?
I even read them all. and-
You did. I'm a nitpicker with this.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from October 31st.
And I'll second them.
And
Aye.
everyone in favor? Aye. Okay.
I bet Susie does.
So now I'm going to ask if there's any further business to take up.
Please no. We gotta go pick up the pieces.
Okay, so if there's no other business, I will make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
3:28 p.m.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.